Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about what to do when your ex blocks you online. So, getting blocked by your ex is usually not a good sign. Thank you, Captain Obvious, right? Well, sometimes it's a really bad sign, and sometimes it's just a temporary situation. So, it can really range as to what's going on into your particular situation. Obviously, every relationship, every breakup is different. But in this video, I just want to go over the general consensus of how to handle the situation if you've been blocked by your ex online. So, if this has happened to you recently, and I'm guessing what's going to happen for you is when you see that they block you, it's going to cause this initial surge of fear, terror, and anxiety on like this deep gut instinctual level that's just going to be this primal fear. And there's a reason for that. And it's because, that disconnection that you're feeling, it's causing you to feel separation anxiety. And this is biologically hardwired into us. You have to understand that human beings, the way we're wired is to attach and connect and have relationships with others. And when we feel disconnected, it sends this instinctual fear, this terror, all of these different feelings at once that are just saying, like, panic mode. You're literally in like this meltdown where you're just like emotionally like, I don't know what to do. I have to do whatever I can to reconnect with this person, right? And that initial feeling of rejection is probably going to make you obsess even more, because rejection breeds obsession. So you're probably feeling powerless. You're probably feeling hopeless in the situation. And it's difficult because, you might be shocked that it happened. You're probably unprepared that it happened. And the really tough thing is that there's nothing you can do to prevent it from happening. So it is kind of like a feeling of powerlessness over the situation. So I got an email here from Buck, who just found out that his ex blocked him from everything. So he's having a tough time. He says, "Hello, Craig. I just wanted to say, love the channel and the videos. Your website looks great too. I'm a big fan of your work and information. I wish I was writing to you about a success story, but I think it may be too late for me to get my ex back." They go on. He says, "I just found out that my ex blocked me on everything. I messed up pretty badly recently, and I'm not sure if I can recover." Well, let's take a look and see what happened here, buddy. "She broke up with me a few months ago. I had initially tried begging her and talking to her about working things out." Well, if you've been watching my videos, you know that just does not work. And if you've tried it, you know firsthand, it doesn't work. "She said she needed time and space. I tried to give it to her for a few weeks." You tried to. I'm guessing I know how this went. "After I didn't hear from her, I tried sending her a card and 24 roses to her house. So now, out of the anxiety of losing her, he escalates and he did the grand gesture. Sends her a card and 24 roses. what she did. She didn't reply or say anything. Ouch. That's tough. You know, I know what happens is when you get into this situation, you're fantasizing and your mind just goes into overdrive thinking about all the different scenarios that you can do to get them back, and you're just role-playing them in your mind, and in your mind this is the one that sounds like it's going to win her back like in the movies. But that's just not how these situations usually play out, I'm afraid. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, sometimes if you do something to hurt a girl, you know, sending flowers and letting her know you care is an okay thing to do. But in this case, she had already broken up with you. I don't know the circumstances. You didn't really get into that. But what happens? Let's see what happens. She didn't respond to you. Then he says, her mother is kind of controlling, so I started to think about it more and more, and I convinced myself that her mother didn't tell her about the flowers. You see what I'm talking about with the mind going over all these scenarios? It's bargaining. You're kind of fantasizing and bargaining of, if I just had done this, if I had just done that, if I could just do this. There's a lot of reality distortion going on here, and he's not seeing it. And I get that. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to coach you through this stuff. And when you're in this situation and you've had an ex that may have blocked you, come to my website, go to AskCraig.net, go to the top right-hand corner, and schedule a coaching session with me. It says schedule coaching. You can do email coaching with me. You can do the Skype coaching with me. You guys, I know what you're going through. Come get my help. Let's get you, tell me what's going on. I need to know your story, and then we'll come up with a plan of action that'll work best for you. But I know the situation, and, like I could see, he's role-playing, he's fantasizing, he's really distorting reality pretty bad here by saying, oh, well, her mother's controlling, and she didn't give her the flowers, and now what does he do? So I decided to try again. This time, I showed up at her work with 24 roses. You know this isn't going to be good, right? I mean, I know you're fantasizing, thinking, oh, I have to go there, the mom didn't give her the flowers, and blah, blah, blah. I wish you had done the coaching with me right off the get-go. I would have set you straight on what you needed to do here. He says, I tried giving her the flowers, and she refused. She said, I didn't contact you after the first ones you sent to my house. Why would I want more? That is a great question. Well, it's because I was completely denying reality, and I was rationalizing, and I was fantasizing, and I was bargaining, and pretty much I was in denial about the whole situation. So I thought that if I continued to do the same thing over and over again, I would get a different result. I'm sorry, buddy. You gotta laugh at this stuff because it's just so painful. Try and make light of it a little bit, even if it could be, making you smile once in a while. It's better than being stuck, and that's the hard part, is being stuck in the breakup. So what happens? Her boss came over and threw me out. That night, after she got off of work, she blocked me from everything. Is it hopeless? Buck, I would say at this point in time, yes, it is hopeless. Now, her feelings will change at some point. That doesn't mean they'll change enough to the point where she'll want to, contact you or have any contact with you. But, I'm sure her anger will subside in time. So, yes, she is very angry at you, She will likely calm down, but that's going to be on her own schedule, and you can't interfere with that. You know, you have to understand this. I would not pursue her at any point for anything in this situation, okay, buddy? She's made it very clear to you she is not interested right now. For whatever reasons, if you continue to pursue somebody after they have made it repeatedly clear they're not interested, well, you might wind up with some legal issues. Let's say, now you gotta think about this, okay? I also want you to keep in mind, I understand the desperation when you've lost your ex, but you also want to keep in mind, like, let's say, best case scenario, she changes her mind. Maybe in a week or two, she changes her mind, she contacts you. And let's go as far as to saying she wants to work it out with you. Let's just get crazy here and go the extreme. She completely forgives you, she wants to work it out. Would you really want to give somebody who completely blocked you out of their life another chance? Because they're also showing an inability to want to deal with things in a healthy, rational way. I mean, of course, this is in reaction to your extreme behavior, so maybe they have set limits, but, you know, this is a general thought, not specific to this incident when I say that, okay? What I'm just trying to get you to think about is, if somebody does block you, that does show to some extent how much they value you as a person. Do you really want them in your life? So, I don't know what led to this particular breakup, if you did something really bad to mess up. All I can say is at this point, you have to move on, right? I would recommend that you don't contact her for any reason. Let her contact you if and when she's ready. And if she does, and when she does, be friendly, not overly excited. You know, simply see if she wants to, you know, get together and hang out or spend some time with you. But guys, you have to understand, you can't force people into your life. You simply can't do it. They either want to be in your life or they don't. The hard part, the painful part of situations like this is letting go of attachments. And like I said earlier, it's incredibly difficult because we're wired to attach to others, and it's how we feel safe. When that relationship is ruptured, when it's ended, it's incredibly painful. It feels like death. And we instinctively want to do anything and everything that we can to reconnect with that person. But you have to understand that unfortunately, grand gestures, begging, pleading, trying to talk about those things with a woman rationally generally doesn't cause any attraction. Women want a guy that's a secure base. They want the guy to be the mountain. You want to make them feel safe. And if you're acting clingy, weak, or needy, that's not strong masculine behavior. It's weak. Also, I want you to think about a time where you saw somebody begging. You know, maybe it was somebody homeless or in a situation where they were desperate. And when there's two people in that situation, one of them has all the power, one of them has no power, and there's no equality in that situation. You have to be an equal to a partner, and you can't be begging somebody and putting all the power in their hands because they're simply going to lose complete attraction for you. It's essentially saying, you're more valuable than me. And people desire things that are scarce and valuable. And I did a really good video on that called We Create Our Own Value. Make sure you watch that one. So, if someone blocks you, you want to respect that. You want to respect the boundary that they're setting with you. You have to have no expectation that they're going to change their mind. They might, but don't have the expectation that they will. They may just be angry at you right now. It happens. You have to give them time and space. This is absolutely critical, guys. You have to give them time and space. If they're angry, the anger will likely subside in time, and you just want to wait for them to contact you. Okay? I wouldn't wait too long. You want to move on with your life. You learn from your mistakes. But I have to stress, it has to be their idea to contact you. Don't keep trying to force yourself in somebody's life that doesn't want you there. People have to value you. So, if you enjoyed this video, if you found this video helpful, make sure you put a like on there so I know to do more videos about it in the future. Share your comments below, and subscribe to the channel because I post videos Monday through Friday. Now, when you want to get my help personally, go to my website, AskCraig.net. On the top right-hand corner of my main page, it says Schedule Session. You click that, and you can choose the different coaching options that work for you, like email coaching or Skype coaching. I'm here for you guys, okay? Understand that this is my passion. This is absolutely what I love to do, and you're going to see that when you work with me. I've been helping people since 1999 when I got my bachelor's degree in psychology. I worked as a behavior analyst for 4 years. I've been a therapist, a psychotherapist since 2002, and now I'm extending it to coaching and helping you guys online. So, that's all you have to do. That's it for this video. I'm Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.